watching. How do you feel about snakes per se?
I'm absolutely petrified of snakes, and the thought of them, to think that I might come across one or look at one in a magazine or a picture. I can't watch a television programme that's got a snake in. I have to turn away.
Okay, yeah. What if you actually physically saw a snake?
Oh, it was awful. We saw one a few weeks ago on that drive down. Luckily I was in the car, but it upsets me.
Okay.
That at the time, it was when we were thinking about going home anyway.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that made me decide to go.
Okay, all right.
The fact that I could easily come across a snake.
Yeah.
It wasn't the only reason. But
Okay, so thinking aside of snakes, then thinking of other things, reptile-y things, sluggy things, snaily things, that type of thing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those things?
I don't like them. I couldn't touch them. I don't run away from them. Being a gardener, you come across them all the time. But I have to make sure I've got rubber gloves on. I can't garden without rubber gloves in case I touch something.
Okay, perfect. So we get a very good sense of how you're feeling about these things. If I was going to ask you on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being you're absolutely fine, everything is perfect, 10 is the worst it could possibly be, if there was a snake over there in the corner, on that scale, where would you be? 0 to 10?
I would be over there.
All right.
I could not move. I'd have to jump the fences.
All right, so that would be a 10 probably out of 0 to 10.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. What we're going to do, Christina, is we're going to do a tapping session. We're going to do some thoughtful therapy. We've talked about it. We're going to see if we can manage to make that feeling less intense for you. And we'll ask you the same question afterwards to see if there's any changes. All right? So we'll do that right now. Now I'm just going to ask you the question, how do you feel about these things now, compared to perhaps how you felt when we started?
I do feel more relaxed about it. I don't think that like we were saying, if there was one in the corner over the fence, I wouldn't run, I don't think.
See, that's quite a big change.
I'd be able to look at it to see what kind of snake it was.
All right, well, certainly that's quite different from the way,
but
yeah.
I don't think as I said before, I just want to jump. I'd run. Maybe I could not run.
Yeah, okay. But whereas before we started, it certainly would have been, you would have done a runner.
Flight would have been.
Okay. How about turning the pages and seeing a snake in a book or a magazine?
I think I'd be all right about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't linger on looking at it. I don't think.
No. You're never going to be a lover of snakes,
no,
are you?
I'm never ever gonna love snakes.
No. But it's just how fearful you are, and how unreasonable your fear is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm. Yeah, I think I could turn the page without
throwing the magazine down.
Yeah.
Whereas before you would have thrown the magazine.
I would definitely throw the magazine down.
All right, so we can see quite a big change, and you're going to live with this over the next few days, and in real time and real life, you're going to see how you react and whether you react differently.
I'm sure there'll be a film on shortly that's got a snake in, because there are so many films that have snakes in that I just either walk out or deliberately don't watch. So I'll test myself.
All right. Well, even being able to watch a film with snakes in it is quite a movement for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
So that's a good sign.
I will try.
There's a film called Snakes on Planes.
No, come on.
That's going a bit too far.
No, definitely not. I will never deliberately.
No.
But next time there is a snake, I'll try not to. I'll not automatically turn away.
All right, great. We've made some movement. We've obviously managed to reduce that feeling of intensity.
I'd like just to be able to see it, to watch it.
Yeah, just to see how you feel.
Yeah, and
which certainly wouldn't have been possible before.
No, and I never felt that I wanted to do that.
Okay, thank you very much, Christine. I just really want you to explain how you're feeling now, because I know that it's been successful for you compared to before we started.
Well, it's absolutely amazing. I never ever thought that I could look at a picture of a snake. But last night my husband had the television on, and there was someone handling rattlesnakes and picking them up and swinging them by the tail. And although I didn't like watching them, I don't like snakes, I wasn't frightened anymore, and it was as if it was just a huge relief not to have that running scared feeling that I had to turn away or run away or something. And I feel as if I've been given permission now to look at to actually look at a snake. Before, it was impossible for me to do it, and I'm so relaxed about it now that it's as if someone has said it's okay to look. You can look. They're not got, and that's how I feel.
Okay.
And for it to work on me, probably one of the most sceptical people in the whole world, I need things proven to me for me to be able to say it works, and it's definitely worked fine. Brilliant.
This is a really good example of how effective thought-filled therapy can be. In this situation, Christine has quite a severe phobia in the sense that it has quite a negative impact in her life. For example, she wouldn't watch TV with her husband in case a snake image popped up, either in a film or in an advert. She'd be on the computer or maybe on the internet in a more controlled environment. She had the belief that snake images appeared constantly in the media and in newspapers and in magazines. And I'm sure that if you're that sensitive to snakes, they probably do. So here's an example of how quickly TFT can collapse such a negative emotion. Of course, it doesn't stop with snake phobias. It's effective with any phobia you care to mention.